Hey everyone, Tony D with the Screenwriter's Rant. By request, Harry, one of my subscribers, asked me to do a video about this. So here it goes. There's a movie on Netflix. Well, it was picked up by Netflix. It's a Polish movie called 365 Days. And it's an erotic movie based on a book. It's kind of in the vein of Shades of Grey. In other words, it's girl porn. And what I mean by girl porn, I don't mean porn with girls in it. I mean porn designed for women. Because, guys tend to be visually oriented, which is why there are porn movies and Pornhub, right? Women, they like a big wind-up on things, and so they're more into the erotica. Not that some men aren't into it too, but, it tends to be that way. Women like erotica, men like more porny stuff, typically. So this falls into the erotica category, and it's controversial because the premise of the film, it's about an Italian gangster that kidnaps this woman and has sex with her at some point, I guess. I don't know. I didn't see the film. That kind of stuff does not interest me in the slightest. Now, there's a singer named Duffy, and she has said she herself was kidnapped. So she'd be like sort of like an English Britney Spears, I guess, although she's older, older than when Britney Spears hit. And she has come out against the movie. She's got an online petition trying to get it pulled down for Netflix because she says she was drugged, kidnapped, and sexually abused. And she obviously has a problem with that. Obviously, who could watch that if that had happened to you? And it was horrible, right? And of course it would be horrible, right? Only in a movie would it be a fantasy. It is a kind of censorship. And look, I support Duffy's right to say, hey, don't go see this movie, let's ban it and boycott it. And, but I also support Netflix right to air it. And it's so popular, her petition isn't going anywhere. But it is a little disturbing that it is so popular, right? Because, it's about a woman who gets kidnapped and then is forced to have sex with her kidnapper and kind of gets all into it. It's so hot, And this sort of touches on the rape fantasies that a lot of women have. And it's true. They've done surveys about it. Now, that's not all women, but some women do. Some women do. Movies are fantasy, okay? I mean, you don't have to share the fantasy. You don't have to watch it. I mean, again, I have no interest in that kind of stuff. I have trouble with certain movies myself. I don't like movies like Hostel, which is just, to me, it's just endless gore, or Saw. I don't want to see those movies where it's like really gory. I don't like horror. I like horror movies, but I don't like gory horror. If it's just all gore, I'm out. I prefer more nuanced horror. I also don't like movies about being trapped on a boat or trapped in the ocean. Jaws was the exception. Scared the hell out of me. But movies, there's a movie about these scuba divers. They went scuba diving in a big party sort of boat, and they go down, they come up, and the boat's gone. Oh, no, I'm not seeing that movie. I can't see that movie. That's too much for me. But that's just me. I wouldn't have the movie banned. I wouldn't stop you from seeing the movie. I wouldn't stop you from seeing Saw and Hostel, you sick MFers. I wouldn't stop you from seeing this movie because people like different things. The movies aren't illegal. They're not like snuff films. I mean, that I would have a problem with. Or illegal things in a movie. That would be a problem. But I think we could all realize that this is a fantasy, just like people have different political opinions that we all don't share. but they are, free to express them. People should be free to express their creative ends, even if you think it's just horrible. And, I would be on the side of Duffy in that I wouldn't see this movie. I wouldn't want to see this movie. I would discourage people seeing it. If I was dating someone, she was like, "Oh, I'm so into 365 days," I'd be like, "Red flag." But, some people are going to be into that. I think it's weird. I think it's awful. But, I don't see myself as king, emperor, judge telling people what to do. So I'm against, I would be against Netflix taking it down based on a petition. And obviously Netflix isn't going to take it down. It's making them a ton of money. And they're already planning the sequels. Apparently there's like 3 books, like Shades of Grey. I think it's all crap. But again, I don't control the movie industry. If I did, it would be very different. Very different indeed.